Don't adjust your television sets. You have not entered a time machine, but we are talking about a brand new game from Atari called Tempest. It's Tempest 4000. Simon Deal is here with me to talk about this, and the good news is Jeff Minter made it.
That's it. We're collaborating with Jeff Minter at Llamasoft to bring Tempest 4000. It's inspired by Tempest 2000. Same volumetric tube shooter, same 1990s inspired techno music, pulse thumping soundtrack, and we were just playing it, and it's a lot of fun.
That's all music to my ears. I'm an Atari fanboy. I had the Jaguar. I had that cartridge. It was the cartridge that got the most play from me. And obviously they made PlayStation ports, and there was a Tempest 3000. Tell the people who don't know who Jeff Minter is, who Jeff Minter is.
So Jeff Minter, actually, we collaborated with him on 1994 on Tempest 2000, and he also created the Tempest 3000 sequel. So Jeff's been working on a load of games for Llamasoft over the years, and we're pleased to be collaborating with him now.
He's one of the most eccentric and creative individuals that I've met over the years, right? Like, he is very focused on what he builds.
Yeah, it's the psychedelic inspired visual audio experience that really, you know, is what he's known for and is what he's bringing to Tempest.
So, and Tempest 2000 was a game I cranked and had on the biggest TV that I had. It was just a crappy CRT TV, and it was 4x3 back then. But obviously, we all have 4Ks and fancy TVs that are thin and on our walls and things like that. And I guess this has to kind of fit that world, right?
That fits in. That's a nice segue. Yeah. So Tempest 4000 will be coming out on 3 platforms: PS4, Xbox One, and Steam PC, and we'll be supporting 4K resolution.
Awesome. So the bigger the TV and the louder your stereo, the better the game.
Experience,
right.
The better the game.
That's awesome. And so Tempest is based on obviously a very, very, let's say vintage. Let's not use the word old, but let's say vintage arcade game that I remember back in the day. I used to plug quarters into that puppy, and I loved it. Where basically you're playing like what are you, a spider?
You're a claw.
You're a claw, okay.
You're the claw. And we've got 100 levels in the game.
Yep.
Each has a different volumetric shape, and it's your mission to take care of the enemies as quickly as possible and perfect your score through each of those 100 levels.
And they're all coming to get you.
Yep.
And you're shooting down a tube, and then you get some pretty cool power-ups in this thing as well.
So we've got 8 different power-ups in the game. A couple of my favorite, the AI droid and the jump power-up.
Yep.
And when you start stacking those power-ups during gameplay and everything starts kicking in visually and audio-wise, then Tempest really starts shining.
Yeah.
And especially in the 4K, it's going to be stunning.
You're making me flash back. It's almost like a NAM flashback for a second, where it was just like music and sound and lights, and people would just leave me for hours. Is that what I'm going to get myself back into here with Tempest?
Definitely. That's exactly what we're shooting for. So
I've got my groove, man. Yeah. Leave me alone. Yep. Yeah, it's almost like you go to a party, but you're just playing a game by yourself in a way, right?
So you just need the white gloves, and you'll be well away.
So are you introducing stuff that has never been a part of the Tempest brand before?
So we've got a couple of surprises that are going into the game.
Yeah.
One thing that I can talk about is there'll be a new enemy, pulsars.
Okay.
But we're bringing a lot more backgrounds, and we're taking advantage of the power of really harnessing the power of the next-gen consoles. Everything is going to be staying true to Tempest as the IP and the franchise, but we're just switching things up and just really amplifying everything with this.
Is it as hard as I remember it too? Unforgiving? Like, you know, lots of like, oh, okay, I'll play it one more time.
Well, that's the great thing about Tempest. It's really that arcade experience.
Yeah.
You know why you failed rather than the game.
Sure.
Is the reason why you failed.
Right.
And the way that we're set up is that we want everyone to experience, you know, everything that we've got in the game. So we've got something called Restart Best, which in our standard classic mode, you'll be able to play through all the levels, and it depends how you want to play through it. So for those people who just want to perfect the high scores on individual levels, they'll be able to just refine and just plow through quite slowly through that, really perfect things. But if they want to go through, they'll be able to just jump back into any previously selected level that they've attained to, and then they'll be able to just keep going.
So if you hit a level, you can always start from that level. You can
always start back from that level, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now, what about the music in this game? The music's always been incredible. Are you guys working, like, does Jeff select the music, or where does the music come from?
So we're going straight back to Tempest 2000 days as the inspiration for the music, and I'm a big fan of 1990s techno, so I'm really
It fits with stuff like this, right?
It fits with this, you know. The white gloves are, you know, don't come with the package, but they're definitely helping, you know, the glow sticks would help as well.
I just saw Terminator 2 on in 3D on the big screen again, and that Missile Command was prominently featured. And what an era, right? Like just that era of having sticks to represent stuff, but you could get lost in that kind of...
It's just pure gaming goodness, basically.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, this is good news because I know that there was some friction between Atari and Jeff Minter, so it's good to hear that everybody's working together again, and we've got a new Tempest that's come out of this deal. When do we get it?
You get it holiday 2017. We haven't actually got a specific street date, release date out for it yet, but stay tuned.
Okay, cool. And people want to know about VR, people want to know about the Switch.
So we haven't got anything to announce at this time. We're excited about VR at Atari, obviously, and Tempest is a perfect fit for that, but we won't be shipping with VR out the box, but that is certainly something that we could be looking to add at a later date.
Okay.
And on the Switch front, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, cool. All right, well, I'm going to play some more before we get out of here. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.